What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful day, and this will be another weather forecast here. However, this will be a forecast on the potential for a major southern snowstorm here that will be in the deep, deep south. We're talking Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, even portions of Arkansas as well. And not only will it bring some snow, but we're looking at very heavy snow and more accumulation with this one snowstorm than some of these areas' whole winter snow average. So it's going to be very interesting here. It's going to be like a Benji 2.0, so more to the north. But we're talking snow for Alexandria, Monroe, Louisiana, Dallas, Lubbock as well, Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, we're talking the south. But we're going to be looking at exactly the flooding, who can get severe weather, who can get the heaviest snow, the timing, all of that throughout this video here. And I'll keep you guys updated throughout the whole time here. But if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe as well. If you have any comments or questions about your local forecast for this or ahead of the storm, be sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to respond to them here. But this would be a look now at the National Weather Service here. As you see, we have a few windstorm watches across this whole region and areas in Texas there. I mean, look, we just got just south of the Dallas area. We actually have a few winter storm watches as well as far portions of New Mexico. But look at this. We're looking at all the way down near the not Atlanta Metro, but the metro area near Dallas. I mean, look at that here. We are seeing just outside the Dallas Metro. You see areas near Gatesville. You have Hillsboro. If you know any of these areas just south or west of Dallas, that's where we do actually have those winter storm watches there in place for some snow. And that goes all the way down near areas near College Station, just north of College Station. And look, not too far from Houston. That's interesting. Just north of Houston, we actually have a few winter storm watches near Waco, near Bryan, near just outside Lufkin. I mean, this is very interesting here. We have not had snow in Houston or in this general region since Benji in 2017 here. And then we have this windstorm watch just to the south and to the north there. We'll be seeing a bit less snow in those areas there. But let's check a look at the timing here, when the snow will happen, the worst, all of that here in this whole slideshow here. So you see, this is the next around. This is really by tonight. This is, by tonight into early tomorrow morning here. Start seeing that snow developing across the North Texas region near Lubbock and Murillo, as well into portions of far eastern New Mexico. This snow will gradually make its way to Texas, and it's going to get heavier and heavier as we now get into tonight and tomorrow morning. This snow will actually really ramp up in these whole areas here. Definitely going to be very interesting, as the snow is going to be very, very heavy in these areas. I mean, very, very heavy. And look at those rain showers in these areas just to the south. So definitely watch out for a few thunderstorms that could be slightly severe. But that's what we're going to be looking at into not getting near Sunday. Continue your Sunday. Things will get now very snowy there for Dallas. Could be some nice snow getting to Sunday. So watching NFL playoff or wild card definitely will be fun if you're a football fan there in NFL, just chilling this in the snow. As well, very heavy snow though. I mean, this could be quite heavy, so accumulations could be quite large when it comes to the Texas region, which is where we have those winter storm watches, of course. Now let's go ahead and check a look and look at that. Now let's start to move into Louisiana, into areas like Shreveport, now into Texarkana, areas that we only mention in this channel for severe weather. However, weirdly, we're mentioning them for snow now, so definitely very interesting here. Now getting into areas as well, more into Arkansas as well. Could be very heavy again, and even up to a mix in areas like Monroe, Alexandria, and now it stops right there at 60 hours, of course. It's getting now by Monday. So definitely be a long-lasting storm here. Now let's take a look at the European here, since we obviously can't go as far out with the actual NAM. So here's, look, of course, now getting into the weekend time frame. That snow is really ramping up in areas like New Mexico there, outside of Albuquerque, as well there near Amarillo, and as far western Oklahoma there. That's kind of have those very cold temperatures there. So that's kind of where we're going to be seeing throughout that whole time frame here. Let's go back and find it. There we go. So let's go back. So there you see that snow rapidly blows up now into the weekend. Very widespread. I mean, a lot of Texas. Dallas can start getting that mix there. Again, it's the European as well outside these areas. In Lubbock. You guys just got snow, of course, on New Year's Eve. Very heavy snow continuing now in western Texas. There, of course, can be seen the potential big time flooding for the areas just to the south. And as well in that rain snow mix, we are looking at for some potential dangers and slicky ice there. As we get later on now, let's now move this way. Things will continue to move eastward as temperatures are a bit warmer the more east you go. This will mainly not convert to ice and sleet, but still going to see some snow there for Alexandria, Monroe, and a few snow showers there in the backside of this low pressure. But there it is, that main low pressure just off the Gulf Coast, and that's because that cold air is into the north. So that the closer you are to the coast, the heavier the rain will be because you're closer to that low pressure. And obviously, right north of that, we'll be seeing the heaviest snow there. So it would just be obviously below freezing, or at least near freezing. A lot of the areas may see most of their snow when it's above freezing here. So, but that's going to continue now in big time now near Jackson, Mississippi. A potential freezing rain now getting to areas like Monroe, Little Rock, now to Memphis. A big snowmaker for these areas. I mean, absolutely crazy what we're witnessing with this storm, and then it moves out rapidly. And then once it gets to Tennessee, to Alabama, it really starts to fall apart with those warmer temperatures here. Here's like now at the actual snowfall totals here. Absolutely crazy. All the way from New Mexico down into Louisiana and Mississippi here. I mean, there are big time totals here. Dallas, for example, you guys may be an inch or so. It's just to the west and just to the south of you. So that's the reasoning for not having a windstorm watch for your areas. I wouldn't doubt we get a winter weather advisory, however, in the Dallas metro very soon, but up to near a foot or more in south central New Mexico in those higher elevations, and that's where we see that very heavy snow there. It'll be below freezing, so a perfect scenario for that much snow as well. This general area right here into now west central Texas, this will as well be the bullseye. We're going to be seeing below freezing temperatures, and that's going to be very heavy and mainly snow. But by the time it moves more eastward, it'll mainly be freezing rain and ice. But look, up to 5 inches there in north central Louisiana. 5 to 6 inches according to the European. That is around 5 times or greater than Louisiana's annual snowfall for the winter. So that's how big the storm could be for these areas. Look at that Shreveport, 2 to 3 inches, all the way near 6 inches there near the Jackson, Mississippi area. I mean, this is quite crazy. This is now, look at the NAM, even more heavy snow, but way more to the east here. There's that big wave. The bullseye will be the opposite. It will be the east central Texas region instead of the west central region. But of course, so you're going to get that very heavy snow in areas like Lubbock, as well as a few snow showers, of course, in New Mexico, and those higher elevations could reach 3 to 5 inches in those areas here. Albuquerque, you guys are just going to miss it sadly, but you know who won't miss it? Dallas. According to Dallas here, you guys may get an inch or 3 according to the NAM. And then look at that bullseye right there, just north of College Station. Some snow. I mean, look, maybe if you drive 30 miles north of Houston, you may get snow, which is not something you hear much. So if you're in Houston, I'll take advantage. You don't want to see that cold, chilly rain, do you? To near 8 inches near the Shreveport area. They're absolutely crazy. This does not happen often whatsoever, so I would take advantage. Just be careful. And then the GFS, the underestimator, of course, they show an inch or 3 throughout scattered areas in Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana, but they have very little snow, and I do see the reasoning. However, temperatures will be below freezing, mainly when that snow occurs. And of course, we'll be seeing that very heavy snow for those areas as well in west central Texas, up to 8 inches in some areas, as well as same thing goes for New Mexico. Last but not least, checking a look at the precipitation. So those areas that aren't getting snow, how much rain will you see? Houston, going to be very little rain, less than an inch. However, to the north, that's where we see that heaviest rain there, and that's where we can get up to an inch or 2, and as well in this general area, can reach up to 3 inches of rain. That rain will start to really diminish as we now get more into the east, maybe half an inch to quarter an inch for Mississippi, Louisiana. But of course, the heaviest rain totals will be off the Gulf Coast because that's what that main low pressure will be. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.